Morning show. Get up, you awake, get up, you sleep, 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 get up. Get up, morning show, get up, morning show, get up, morning show, get up, get up, morning show, get up, get up, morning show, get up. This is the Get Up Morning Show, and listen to us all around the globe.
Make sure your volume will overload. Make sure you grab a coffee or two.
In the morning, kick it, yickety yak. Number one radio in the pack.
Shut your mouth.
What you say?
Look at God, a pretty day.
Every day I'm grinding. I hear voices in my head telling me to go get it. Hanging like a goat, in the fire like a missile, sell you like a sickle.
Your number one radio in the morning. Real woman radio, yeah, they get you jumping. Coffee talk, yeah, they get you pumping. Her history story gon' give you something.
What? Turn up the radio. Turn it up. Turn up the radio. I'm on the radio. Turn up the radio. Drink this.
Get up, 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 yeah, get up, get up, get up, yeah, get up, get up, yeah, get up.
You awake.
Get up,
You sleep.
get up,
You awake.
get up,
You sleep.
get up,
You awake.
get up,
You sleep.
get up,
You awake.
get up,
You sleep.
get up, get
Morning
up,
show. Morning show.
Get up.
Morning show.
Get
Morning
up.
show. Morning show.
Get
Morning
up.
show.
Get
Morning
up.
show. Morning show.
Get up.
Get up.
Get
Morning
up.
show. Get up.
All right. Good morning. How you guys doing this morning? It's your girl, Shari, your B.
And your boy Uncle Curtis in the house.
Right here on the Get Up Morning Show.
Yes. We are back in again. Didn't see you since last Friday, so what's been going on?
Man, Uncle Curtis, what's been going on? Haven't you heard? You must not have heard. Yesterday, I mean, it was crazy yesterday. I don't know if you guys heard what's going on, but we have made history once again.
Yes.
Black women, is doing their thing this year.
Well, why can't it just be black people?
Well, black people, black women, she represents all of us.
That's right. But hey, for the gender. All
and
right.
she represents all the women.
That's
also,
right. For the
so
gender.
you're right.
I hope any young black sister see her and say, "Ooh, I can do that too," which we can.
So
hey,
Uncle Curtis, you guys know who we're talking about this morning.
Yeah.
Kentaji
KBJ.
Brown. I like that.
KBJ.
But Kentaji Brown Jackson becomes first black woman confirmed to the Supreme Court. Yes.
That's right, man.
Woo.
Bossing up. She bossing up.
That's right. So the Senate voted to confirm Judge Kentaji Brown Jackson as the first black woman Supreme Court justice.
Yeah.
With a 3 GOP senators joining Democrats to vote in favor of her confirmation.
Yeah. Did you see them jokers walk out the chamber?
Man.
Like a bunch of children. I don't understand these cats.
Man.
You know, Mick Romney, right? He just sit there and just make them all mad. He was just clapping because he voted for it.
Mm-hmm.
He was just clapping, right? And then Murkowski, whatever her name is, and the other lady, Susan, somebody, they had voted. Them the three that voted. I mean, they walked right out the chamber, didn't speak to nobody, just like little children. And we put these jokers in office.
Yeah.
They're like a bunch of little clowns. I'm saying, like, you lose. Keep it moving.
And you know, I was talking yesterday. We was in a training yesterday, and was with some of our community canvassers because we're getting ready. Real Women Radio Foundation is getting ready to go back out in the field once again and register our community to vote. So you know, just put a little shameless plug in there.
That's
if
right.
you have not registered, or you know some family members, you know, let us know because we're ready to come out, register. All your family members, your mom and them, your daddy and them, your sister and them, your brother and them, everybody. We are ready to get out there and register them to vote. So, you know, I was talking to some of the canvassers yesterday and wanted to hear from them. Why is it so important for them to register to vote?
Right.
And so this past Sunday, Real Women Radio Foundation took our canvassers to Montgomery, Alabama, to the Legacy Museum. Right. And a lot of people have not been over there yet. And, you know, every time I go over there, I just get all kind of, you know.
Well, it's a must see.
It's a must see. And so when we took some of them over there, I had some of the men came to me and was like, Sharia, you know, this museum is a must see, and everybody, at least every Black person, should come and visit this museum. They should take their young people. Everybody should come, because then you will know why it is so important for us to get out there and vote. And so I was telling the canvassers on yesterday, guys, I said, this is the primary election. We normally don't show up at a primary election. No. We normally show up at our general election. So why is it so important, Uncle Curtis, why we need to show up at this primary election? And so I was telling them, I said, the reason why is because we have a voice, and then we vote locally also on a local level. Right. You up here getting mad about what your county commissioner's doing, what your city councilman's doing, what your mayor doing, what your superintendent of schools are doing. Exactly. Why are you mad when you ain't even registered to vote? Right. So, you can't be mad. If you can't go out there and vote, guess what? You voted them in because you didn't go out there and vote. Right. So, I'm so excited this morning.
But that's the one time absence give them power. See, when you're silent gives them power. And then you're gonna sit back and come and fuss with me, argue with me about what they're doing. Well, you should have voted, home.
That's right.
You should have voted. So it's really time out to take voting so carelessly. It's because it's just like if that young sister yesterday, KBJ, KBJ wouldn't have had as many Democrats in the chamber yesterday to vote for her, and it had been a Republican controlled House or Senate, she wouldn't have got in, because of course popular wisdom would have said you're going to vote along the party lines, and that's what a lot of them did. So, but just because we had the actual majority in the House only by maybe one vote, but still, voting is just that much more important. Voting is more than just one vote. It's power.
And I always hear Kay Nicole say, she will always say, if voting wasn't so important, why would they try to suppress our vote?
That's right.
Why would they try to suppress the Black vote? So obviously it's something very important for us. So sometimes, and I heard yesterday in our canvassing training, one of the canvassers said, it's time to be wise. Just be wise.
That's it.
So here's a couple of things that we should know about Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson. She was confirmed yesterday to become the 116th Supreme Court Justice.
Right.
So she was confirmed by a vote of 53 yeas and 47 nays. Wow. So 3 GOP senators crossed party lines and voted for her. Senators Mitt Romney of Utah, as we were just talking about, Susan Collins of Maine, and Lisa Murkowski of Alaska. Yeah. So, it was something in her where they saw that, we got to do this. Also, Jackson will be the first ever Black woman to sit on the bench. Biden had said during his 2020 presidential election campaign that he was committed to nominating a Black woman to the Supreme Court if elected. Ahead of the final vote, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer called the moment a joyous, momentous, groundbreaking day. Schumer went on to say, in the 233-year history of the Supreme Court, never, they already know, they had to say never twice. Never has a Black woman held the title of justice. So Ketanji Brown Jackson will be the first, and I believe the first of more to come.
Oh, yeah.
So they said the Senate chamber was packed for the Senate vote, with most senators seated at their desks. The vote initially proceeded quickly as a result.
This your boy Gent with the G-Spot podcast. So right now you're tuning into RWRI 365 Radio Reimagined.
Hey, this is your girl Kila La, and you are listening to RWR Live 365, the next generation of radio.
All right.
All right, guys.
Wow.
All right, guys, we are back. We had to pay some bills this morning. Okay, y'all know how that is when you gotta pay your bills. Okay, so we had to pay our bills. So this morning we were talking about Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson. So I was saying that the Senate chamber was packed for the Senate vote. With most senators seated at their desks, the vote initially proceeded quickly as a result, but was later held open for some time when it became clear that GOP Senator Ron Paul of Kentucky was the only senator who had not voted. The chamber waited for him to arrive and vote before it was gaveled closed. So Vice President Kamala Harris, the first Black woman to serve as vice president, presided over the chamber during the historic vote in her capacity as president of the Senate. That's right. So Democratic senators erupted in applause. I know they did. I wish I had been there to see Senator Cory Booker. You know he cool, but I bet he was just not. All of them. Yeah. So Romney also joined in on the applause. So I think this morning we should just right here in our own right just give Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson a hand. Yes. We are so excited, everybody. God is good.
He is.
He is good. And I was talking to somebody about praying, and I said, if there's ever a culture or a people that need to stay on their knees, I heard somebody was talking about last night. I went somewhere last night and they was talking about neology. We are a people that need to learn neology. Stay on your knees and pray, as a people, Uncle Curtis. So what you got to say on that?
No, well, it was like I was saying, like this morning, I had to teach this morning on the prayer line.
I don't know what to use 7:05 a.m.
I'm always up at 5 a.m. Don't get me tripping.
I'm just playing.
Hey, look, if I ain't up, I'm laying in the bed with the phone on. But anyway, I was teaching about Abraham and the promise God made to Abraham about, God, I can't even think of it. But anyway, I would bless them that bless you. I was cursed thee that would curse you.
Wow.
And then I would bless your seed, So, and I was seeing the thing about, just then with her, KBJ, her parents never had any idea that their seed was going to eventually wind up blessing a nation because we know the Supreme Court's the highest court in the nation.
Wow.
So, and I was like, man, that came, and people don't understand what's in the Bible is what's happening, going to happen here now and in the future. So it was predestined that young lady, I think she's older than me, but Justice Brown is going to be able to at least fulfill that prophecy of that particular promise that God made to Abraham, because the same promise he made to him is the same promise that we have.
And I love that, Uncle Curtis, because my sister last night, that's what she spoke on. And she was talking about when she talked about Abraham and his seed, because even in that same scripture, Abraham had took Lot with him.
Yeah.
And that was a no. God didn't tell him to take somebody with him. He took extra baggage with him. So a lot of times when we take extra baggage with us, we don't know, but our promise is not denied. It's just delayed for a little while.
It is,
so you know what I'm saying? She had been, I believe, confirmed many times, before this, but God said, my promise is still there. So guess what? This is the time that you're going to be blessed. It's your time. It's your season. You know what I'm saying? It's due season. So, that's
so
good.
It was awesome. I mean, and just thinking about what it means. But I still, like I told you earlier, I still get tired of us making history. Why every time that you do something, I do something, or she do something, it's his. Why can't it just be done? Why can't it be? I mean, it's like it's one of surprise, because she is basically one of the highest educated, more experienced Supreme Court justices ever.
Mm-hmm.
Them jokers up there, they don't want her up there. She nowhere near smart. They ain't nowhere near smart as this woman is. You know, so but like I said, kudos to her. And of course, it does not mean that she's gonna do what Biden want her to do, because Trump found that out with the 2 he put in there. He put 2 in there and still couldn't get a bill passed, get a law passed. So I thank God that it's not a bipartisan thing, it's a neutral thing, and they vote on the law. Whatever the law says, boom, keep it moving. They can't change laws, they can't make laws. They can only speak on them, and if something need to happen, they can say, okay, I don't think this right. Keep it moving. But yeah, man, she's her and her family are just woo.
I know her daughter is, especially the one that wrote the letter to President Obama back when he was president. So I mean, what a day. What a dream.
And plus it's a nice little hefty paycheck too. Look, you can't fire that one. That's a lifetime. That's a lifetime appointment.
Yes. I mean, awesome. I bet she's sleeping well this morning.
Man, you know what I'm saying?
It's like, ooh, I can finally get some sleep a little bit, you know, until it's time for her to do what she has to do. So, hey guys, we have a interview in here this morning.
Yes.
We are so happy on this fabulous
another
Friday.
Boss.
Yes, another boss. I tell you what, tomorrow there are a lot of events that's going to be going on tomorrow. So we have some events today, but tomorrow, her event, and she's going to tell us who she is, and she's going to tell us about her event this morning. So that will be happening. So you guys see the flyer up on the screen. So let's talk about it.
All right. Good morning. Good morning. My name is Catherine Jones. A lot of people know me as Carmen. Yes. Tomorrow
I was gonna say something, but I ain't gonna say it.
Yeah. Yeah, so they know me as Carmen out there in the real world. The government name is Catherine, okay? But I'm having an event that's called Locked In Sisters, as everybody see, Locked In Sisters Bash. A lot of people have taken it. You got to start thinking about things, thinking outside the box. And this is what I want people to do. Start thinking outside the box. When you see the Locked In Sisters, don't just think sister locks. I put down their sister locks because that's the assignment for me.
Right.
He gave me that assignment to put that sister lock down there. So this is what I do. And as we talked about Ketanji Brown, sister locks, baby. She's rocking her sister locks. So this is what's going on. And she felt comfortable rocking her sister locks. You know, can't nobody stop her. You know?
Yes.
So that even makes me feel even more that this is something that he's bringing forth for me to do. So with Locked In Sisters, it's not just about sister locks. If you failed the assignment, if you didn't look into it, it's about Locked In Sisters. So it's a sisterhood. And with that sisterhood, we got to learn how to reach back our ancestors that did for us or did for our parents. We're falling off. So we got to, as Black women, we got to get back on track and start helping these younger ladies. You know what I'm saying? So this is my thing. I want to reach back. What God has given me, and he has blessed me so many ways, I got to reach back and start helping the younger ones. And like you were saying, going to Montgomery, there's nothing wrong with us. It only take a little bit. We spend a lot of money, and we can reach back and get one of these teenage girls or one of these older ladies that's just haven't made it yet, you know, and let them understand what is actually going on. Because if we don't, they're going to take over.
That's right.
Wow.
You know, so I want to bring the ones that's ready for the journey, and not just here in Pensacola. I want to go out to different places, different states, different cities. You know, so of course I'd reached out with Vance, you know what I'm saying? So we're ready to go to New Jersey. It doesn't matter. Whoever's ready, whether it's 2 or more, we can get this job done. So I just want people just to step on board, and we're going to have, it's 2 events, you know, and it's something that's simple. The first event starts at 11 o'clock. That's the brunch, and that's just for the Locked In ladies. So with the 11 o'clock brunch, it lasts to 2 o'clock. And of course, the ticket's $30 for that. And that's with the mimosa and everything. You can't go nowhere.
Oh, they're drinking.
You know what I'm saying? You know, everybody wants the mimosas. You know what I'm saying? Right.
Well, I know Nicole gonna be there then, because she's the mimosa queen.
So that's the mimosas. You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole meal for $30. When you go to a restaurant, you spending that $24, $25 anyway.
That's right.
So it's not about the fundings, because I've been blessed already. You know, so I want people just to join on board, to get on board and see if it's something that you actually want to do. You know, and then the nighttime is something different. I'm having a nighttime bash as well.
Okay.
So the nighttime is for the males and the females, and it's just coming out and just enjoying the moments. So, you know, everybody is so stressed out and everything, but there's no reason. So just come out and enjoy the moments with grown folks, grown-minded people that have some sense and that's ready for the journey, because we need everybody help with this.
And you know, I'm gonna call you Carmen because
yeah,
you know, I know you know as Catherine too.
That's right.
But Carmen, I've always recently, I would say probably during the pandemic, I thought about doing sister locks. You know, I was like, oh man, I have to cut all my hair off because it's long, and I'm like, oh my God, can I just start out with my hair as it is? Because I never forget when I first started the journey of being natural. And that was something totally different for me to go natural. And I actually went natural due to health reasons, you know, because I was not able, no longer was able to get a relaxer. So, and I've always been that type of person, you know, when I would go into the hair salon and get a relaxer, they could keep it on for a long time. I want my hair nice and straight, you know. But you know, when you go through female issues, you know what I'm saying, your hormones and stuff like that, I can no longer get a relaxer. So I was like, oh man, I'm gonna have to, you know, go natural. Yeah. So it's like, look, I got a mixture. I'm not like my mom. My mom has beautiful hair. I have two sisters. It's like that. But me, I didn't get it. I got my daddy side.
She got
I got my daddy side of the family. Okay. Yeah, I got Uncle Curtis. That's why he don't have no hair. Okay.
That's why I keep mine cut off. Don't worry about it.
So, hold on, guys. So, I don't know what's going on.
Just exit all the way out.
So, when I first went on that natural journey, it was like, oh my God, I'm not gonna be able to do this because I didn't want to cut my hair. Right. And at that time, everybody was having to cut their hair off and, you know, store it out fresh. So I was like, I ain't doing it. Which I did not end up cutting my hair. I ended up stripping everything out, the relaxer out. It took probably about a month or so to strip it. I figured out how to get it out of there and was able to keep my hair. And then I found my curl pattern. And I'm so happy with my curl pattern. My daughter tell me now, why you just don't, you know, and I'd be like, girl, if you don't be quiet, you know. And I had to gradually grow in that. So now you see a lot of my sisters now, the women, when I say sisters, women, the Black women are now doing the sister locks. They're doing dreads. They're doing all kind of
traditional.
Yeah. Yes. So, and when I saw the sister lock, I was like, oh my God, because it kind of looks more like you can do a lot with your hair. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's not heavy until Carmen. Until I find out how much it costs to get some sister locks.
But you know,
speak on it.
Yes.
We're gonna speak on it. Look, we're gonna speak on it.
Okay, with the sister locks, it's not what you think.
Okay.
It's how you think. You know, so you have to think outside the box.
Okay.
So when you're paying for these sister locks, which I installed the sister locks as well. When you're paying for them, let's not take account of how much you done paid for the wig.
Okay. You're right.
Let's not take account of how much you done paid for the hair. Okay. Let's talk about the oils that you go in. You waste time. You're going into other people's stores.
Yeah, you're right.
And you buying the oils, you buying the conditioners, you buying all this unnecessary stuff. But what we didn't know is we don't have to use all that. I don't use anything on my hair.
Okay.
Nothing, you know? So we don't have to pay that money for that. So if you think about how much it takes for you to pay for that oil, you paying for that wig, you paying for that install, you paying for that glue to put on that wig, you paying to find the person, and the person might not want to do your hair because they're running because they got money. They don't understand the principle of making money or business minded. So you have to look for them. Let's not account for how much you spend for the braids. You spending almost $400 just about to get your braids.
And you're right.
So when you think about that, this is something that you don't have to worry about no more. You can wake up and be slave and don't have to worry about looking for nobody to do your hair. So if you put aside, like you do everything else, money, and you go ahead and pay that between $500 and on up, and which is not, it's not a lot. We got it.
Yeah, you're right.
And if it takes get on our knees for a purpose, we got it.
And you know what? A lot of times, even in our own community, we don't think about investment.
Right.
Exactly.
And so your hair as a Black woman is an investment. Because we invest in the way we look, we invest in the way we dress, how we smell, our appearance, we invest in that. So
and we appreciate that.
And you're right.
Yes,
and so
that's right.
Over the last 2 years, even with my own hair, when I get it done, like you said, braids, if I'm gonna pay $400 for my braids, I expect for them braids to stay in my hair at least 3 months, 3 to 4 months. And normally it lasts me about, so, I'll add up, okay, if I go to the hair salon and pay this much, then, because I got an appointment next week.
See?
But I know that is an investment and it's going to last longer. I don't have to get up. I don't have to comb my hair, none of that. You know what I'm saying? And so what you're saying is, even with the sister locks, because I've heard, I talked to another young lady and she was like, $800. And I was like, oh my God, but again, it's an investment. Like you said, it's a lifetime.
Yes.
So another question I want to ask you, I have 2 questions and then I'll let Uncle Curtis talk. But my first question is, once you get started on your sister locks, are you able to ever go back to,
regular
I'm
hair?
looking in your eyes. Once you sit in that chair and we tell you the real information, with sister locks, you can go back.
You have to cut
your
hair.
Basically, you have to cut your hair. Now, if you want to stay and have somebody pick these strands out, you can, but you're still going to be short. Your hair is going to be no good, basically, because it's going to be thin.
Okay.
You can let your hair grow out like you see some of the people, with the traditional dreads have about, a lot of new growth. You can let it grow out. Some people like to have their hair looking rough at the roots because it looks fuller. I'm just not that one, but you can cut it out and start over. Okay. So to me, even though there's nothing wrong with rocking a bald head. Now I see beautiful ladies rocking the bald head. When they put on their big earrings, you know what I'm saying? Right. So it's all about it, how you want to present yourself. As far as me, I just said, even if I want to cut mine off and start all over, I'm ready to rock the bald head. So that's something that you have to get into your mindset, as far as if I cut this off, what am I going to do? Okay. But there's no way, rock your beautifulness, you know what I'm saying? So you can't cut it. If you cut it, you starting all over. Okay. But with traditional, they take them down all the time. Okay. And that's the thing, but you have to use so much, with most traditional locks or whatever, you have to use the gels and the moisture stuff, whatever they put on there. That's not in my lane. You know what I'm saying? So with that, it's a whole lot heavier. With the sister locks, it's no way. A lot of my friends just flows, locks, and then you can get your wigs. You can still do your weaves. You can still do everything with sister locks. Okay. And that's the thing about it. You can even use a flat iron if you want. So it takes you a long, a journey. It is a journey.
How would you use a flat iron with sister locks?
Because it's your hair.
I know it's your hair, so you'll just take
it. So if you take it and if you want to curl it, say for instance, you got an event.
Okay, gotcha.
You doing that Shirley Temple?
Yeah, gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So whatever you want to do is your hair.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, so my other question is.
Go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
She ready for you.
She ready. Go. She ready. I'm ready.
So also, my question is to you. Okay. What made you decide to do sister locks?
Everything that I have learned in my life is like a journey. And me, I'm following him. It took time, and I know that he's put me in the right path. So as you know I was doing the daycare, of course, with your nephew, doing the daycare. So I was in the daycare world for 25 years. Yes. And something, I wanted the sister locks. And someone approached me and I was asking them how much it takes. And I'm not the one as far as money judging or however, but a specific person told me, you got it. It doesn't matter if I have it or not. You just tell me how much it's going to take. Once I sit in your chair, you give me the quote. So when she said that, I'm a person that challenged myself. I challenged myself and I said, let me just take a class. So I went to Jackson, Mississippi, and I took this class up, just 5-day class, not knowing what I was going to do. But I took it because I felt that I needed it for some reason because you're challenging me now. Okay. So when I took that class, I just had it sitting, not knowing what I was going to do with it. So my mind said, it's time for you to do a new journey, 25 years, you done good as far as the daycare. He done bless you. You raised a lot of kids, 25, 30. They didn't came back and worked for you and everything.
Wow.
So I jumped out and said, okay, I'm stopping the daycare. What am I going to do next? Bam. The first person came to me and said, I want some sister locks. Then my daughter came and said, I want some sister locks. And that journey started from there. And from there, I'm starting to have people to sit in my chair and minister to them, listen to them. And I said, this is another calling. This is another calling. So with that, I don't even advertise. And he's just sending them my way. And he's sending the right ones my way. And I'm blessed for that.
Yes.
You don't want those evil spirits to come your way.
Yeah.
And he's just sending them, So that's what started me into the sister lock journey. And it went from there. And I didn't know what I was going to do, but hey, I'm here.
Wow.
And you said
Awesome
something
story.
earlier because you was talking about Vance and you was talking about how, and my sister, y'all, but and she's in New Jersey, but I'll never forget when she first started her lock journey. It was like, yeah, really? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But to see it now is like, and she walks in freedom with them. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. There's been, a lot of controversy about Black women hair, and especially being in a workplace. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It has been a lot.
School.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so
The sports and all.
that's a heavy topic because you don't know which way to go, with your hair.
Right.
How should I go? I want this career. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
When choosing how your appearance or how you should look. But just watching her journey has been just amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, girl, it looked good.
Never would have
And then I wouldn't have never thought either because she's been doing it for a long
about
time.
20.
Yes.
About 50.
A very, very long time. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know.
And
does Moses
he started back.
Okay. Okay. So, it's crazy, you know what I'm saying? Then I watched my middle son, and I'm like, well, what are you gonna do? What you gonna do with your hair? Because he's never been the type of child that even when he was young, Mama, don't comb my hair. Like, well, you better get this hair.
See.
So he'll twist it up and everything like that. But it to me to see the journey that people go through with their hair, what we as a Black culture go through with our hair, you know what I'm saying? Is awesome. So, I'm at a crossroad. I was telling my sister, y'all, I'm getting ready to turn another year older. And Uncle Curtis, I'm at a crossroad.
Go for the move.
I'm trying to figure out what am I going to do? It's like, and sitting here listening to you and listening to Uncle Curtis and my sister last night, because my sister was talking about the transition. We're in a transition. And I'm in a transition right now in my life. I don't know about you guys, but I'm definitely in a transition, Carmen, right now.
Yeah.
And it's like we go through many transitions in our life, know, and doing your sister locks, that's a transition. There are different mini transitions that we do. So I don't know, y'all, where I'm at right now.
It's a journey.
It is.
And like I put on it, it's a journey. But once you start seeing it, your face just start glowing because you like, I've been there. I done this. I worked through it. And that's with anything. I worked through it and I'm seeing it just constantly growing. And then no matter what stage it is, people are going to come up to you and say, I love those sister locks. Clients have the short hair, the long hair. It doesn't matter because they see the grid in there. They see those lines, those fine lines. And like, who didn't took that long to do it? It takes a long time. So that's why it's costly, So they look at all these details. Even, the Caucasians, they looking at all these details. And they won't, believe me. Whenever we get something, they want it.
Oh, they want it.
They want it, but you can't
they're gonna
have
figure it out. Don't
They
worry about
want it.
I'm not
baby.
going to give it to you.
They're gonna
I'm sorry.
figure it out.
I'm not at that money stage. I'm not going to give it to you because I feel that we should have something of our own.
Yes.
So even down to the dreads, like you were saying, Donna, she was telling me she works in the courthouse. She's the only one in her area in the courthouse out of the Blacks that have the dreads.
Yes.
And I told her, I said, you better rock them. And she tried to say she wanted to take down her locks and get the sister locks. No, I'm not going to do it. Because she done had them so long, and they're beautiful, so we go through that all the time.
And she know how
to wrap it and do all kinds of stuff.
It's like, go with it, girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
that's crazy.
So Uncle Curtis.
Now my oldest son Jarvis, he been having locks
his
for
long.
Really?
high school.
Down
He been
his
having down his back. I'd be like, I mean, really, me, it's not my flavor, and I never liked them because I see them. I said, dude, especially when they go
crazy,
What do you say? What do you call it? Retwist, relock, or whatever. I be saying, man, you just go get a re-scissors. But that's what he liked, you know. And, you know, he rocking them though. But tell me something. How did? Because when I saw the thing, I was like, Sister Lock, what's that? I'm thinking, what kind of event is this? It didn't dawn on me that it's a hair thing. I'm like,
outside the box.
I'm like, what is this? So where did that come from, Sister Lock?
Well, it came from Dr. Cornwell, and she's from San Diego, California.
Okay.
And she actually started it probably about, we didn't know, it was about 30 to 35 years.
Okay.
And she started doing them on herself because she wanted something that was different. And she wanted different ones to look at her in a different way.
Right.
And so when she started this journey, she started it for like a year on her own hair. And of course, it wasn't all in details then, but it was similar to what we're wearing now.
Right.
So when she started that journey, she started it in her kitchen, and she brought along her sister. She did hers for a year, and then so many people was telling her that it looked nice and they wanted them and everything. Then she brought her sister on.
Wow.
And once she brought her sister on, her sister ended up getting them, and then from there it started just like a journey. It started from sister, so that's where I get the sisterhood. So it's not as far as doing hair and talking about the Sister Lock hair at the event. It's a sisterhood.
Okay.
And that's why I say a lot of people miss that mark, but it's only the ones that's supposed to be there is going to be at this event. You know what I'm saying? So you started me at some point, you know?
Okay.
So that's where it started from, with her doing the sister locks in her kitchen. And she started with her sister, like I said, the next phase.
Okay.
And she moved on and started doing everybody else's hair. And she made it a multi-million-dollar business because she brought other people in, and they had to eventually move out of her kitchen and get a shop and start training other people.
So your whole thing is, when you say Sister Locks, even though that was her biological sister, you guys just
I just want to
picked it up and said,
with all natural, because just like she's thinking that she want to get Sister Locks. There's nothing wrong with you come to the event. I don't know what people have up under their wigs, because they might have Sister Locks up under their wigs. I don't know.
Right.
But like I said, that was just my assignment. He said, put it down, Sister Locks. So it might be somebody there with Sister Locks or something that I'm supposed to be touching.
Okay.
It might be just one person. I don't know, but I have to follow the assignment that I've been, that I feel that I've been given, so
it's a movement.
If
you look at it, it's a movement.
It's a movement.
Because it's not like, I mean, you see the various women around town doing, they got the short one. I guess that's because they're just starting. Got the middle nubs up there, and they got twists and stuff like
look,
that.
The nubs. Look.
Yeah, and so I
call it out. Look, the nubs.
Yeah, I mean, I see them, I'll be like, I really don't know because I know my wife just got braids. So, I mean, I love her in braids. I mean, and I'll be like, you gonna do something with that? What's going on? And then she get braids. I say, oh, I like them long because they're long. Because I can't stand them caps. I call wigs caps.
See,
I can't stand them caps. I can't stand the wig. I hate it.
You gotta get the right ones.
I don't care. I don't like them. I never liked them. My mama wore them all my life.
It was the wrong ones, Uncle K.
I know.
The ones your mama they have come a long way.
Look, you take that joke off, pick that joke back up, and look, let's go. But I commend you though. That is because you're grabbing a part of the market, your niche, and you're making it work.
Yes,
you're making it work by like this event tomorrow, Sister. I like that, Sister Lock. That's good.
And you know what? Another thing, Carmen, even with the locks now, any style, any kind of locks, it's because at first I say, well, you know what? Let me just try first. Let me get some faux ones and let me see how that's gonna work or how it's gonna look on me.
Yes, yeah.
And actually, when I my first set that I got, I was like, oh my God, I really kind of like these. Yeah, because you could still wear them up. You could put them up in a ponytail. You could still wear them however. And right now, especially if you are a woman on the go, you don't have time to comb your hair, because there's still a lot of women that don't know how to do their hair.
Exactly.
And they will not go to the hair salon.
And they will look rough. And they look rough. Yes, they won't do it.
Like comb your hair. That's what a comb is meant for. But they just, let me just.
And it's the first thing you see when you walk out. People don't want to see you looking rough.
Your hair sticking out on top of your head.
I don't want to see that.
You need to have an alternative. Let's figure out what we look good. So and like you're saying, even with the sister locks, you like, because some people still like to be versatile, like women, we love to change our looks up. So
Right.
even like you said with the wig, you can still put a wig on. Because I have a friend.
Look, she getting into it.
Wait a minute, y'all. I have a
She
friend that she
Yes.
has dreads, and this girl can put a wig on. And I'm like, how you got a wig on and it still looks,
It still looks
it
good.
looks good, and you have the dress underneath, because I would think it would be bulky sitting on top of your head.
It's a cap.
But even with a cap, sometimes Uncle Curtis,
You can see the print. You can see it big.
yeah,
you know.
you can see it like why that wig sitting on top of your head?
No, y'all know how to do stuff. Y'all know how to do
toupee.
stuff.
So,
She probably got that jump pat
Pat
down.
down. Yeah.
So she, and I'm
The stocking
like,
cap.
oh
or
my
her-
goodness.
Yeah.
She
So,
got a headache.
yeah, got a
Tied
headache.
him to her head.
But she beautiful though.
Yeah, beautiful. Cause
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, what happened to your dreams? She's like, oh,
still
girl,
got
they underneath my. I was like, really? I was like, man, that's something to think about. Because I've been looking at a lot of things. When you're on the go, you don't have time to sit there flat iron your hair all
No.
day long. You don't have time to sit there and flat iron a wig, let alone, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because
Yeah.
like Uncle Curtis said, even with wigs now, you still have to sit there and flat iron them. They still need care
And they
also.
fall, the humidity or whatever.
And that's
you know
what I
what
was
I'm
gonna
saying?
say, even with your natural hair.
Gym. You
Yeah,
can
you
do
can
all
work
of
through
it. You don't
that,
have to
yeah.
worry about it. So there's no excuses like, girl, I can't go to the gym this week. I just got my hair done. So you don't have no excuses at
Yeah.
all.
And in Florida, the humidity is horrible, the rain.
Rain.
Killer.
And like me, if I have natural hair with my natural hair and I get it flat iron, I look like a chinchilla pet. Because then I have a big, I'm serious, y'all. I look like, I always tell people, they be like, girl, I be like, I would look like a chinchilla pet. My hair is like, I have a big afro.
Wow.
And it just, it was straight when y'all would never believe I straightened it when I left. So if I go outside right now, it's gonna look like a chinchilla pet. It's like this. And one day, let me tell you what happened, y'all. So one day, I went on this date.
Right.
And my hair was straight. It was beautiful. We went out to dinner. We went down to the water, walked out there. Y'all know how.
Bad move. That's
When I
yeah.
When I got back in the car, it was like he was looking at me like,
Time
who
to
is
take-
this?
You know what I'm saying? It says it's
She
time
done
to take you.
changed. Look,
No, it's time to
split
take you home.
personality or whatever. Who is
Yeah,
it?
it's time to take you home. You fool your way. You need to go do something about that head. Serious.
Wait a minute, Uncle Curtis. Before I even felt the look, I could feel it. It was like, oh my God.
Okay.
So I started, if you ever noticed, this is why I started wearing my hair pulled back. I always wear my hair pulled back in a ball or a ponytail.
Mhm.
That was a look that I had.
That's
I
a
had created
trip.
almost, people would tell me, girl, you should definitely start a ponytail line. It was like, oh my God. So, now we're being offered different
Alternatives.
alternatives. So, yeah.
Alternatives.
So you got to think about it. Just jump on board. Jump on
Look,
board.
when I don't start seeing them brothers jump out there with these, what they call skin weed, whatever they be doing, the men, they be doing, they can put
The
hair
wig.
on their-
Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
men
man
weave,
weave.
Whatever.
men weave.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I saw
and I've been
Yeah, they've been
seeing,
doing it now for years.
yeah, I've been seeing these dudes,
On
they
spray.
just bald headed,
Yes.
with the, and I be saying like, wow, really? I said, no.
But you know what, Uncle Curtis, on that note, because men used to always talk about women
Mhm.
when
They flocking
like
to
the
get
when
that.
you
Wigs
would
or
be
whatever,
with
the
them and they would
wigs.
talk about the wigs, and you go to their house, you start taking your lashes off, you start taking your wig off. Now the men do that.
They do. Yes.
Nah,
That's
that's the
bad.
jokes are
That's
glued
bad.
on.
And
They got
then,
glued on.
and then it don't matter, but you know how women like to rub their head
Yeah.
or put their hand in their hair.
Mhm.
Baby,
Mhm.
you finna tracks.
Wow.
What you got in your
Look, that one is a little bit too much glue on that part. That track right there.
Oh, wait a minute. This the one. You pull your hair back. Man, what is all that black stuff on your
Wow. That's what I'm saying. I look at that stuff. I'll be saying, like, man, bro, look, if I can't, what they say, if I can't use your comb, don't bring it. And that ain't just talking about white women, you're talking about this stuff that they got now. But the
It's
jokers
some
can't
glue.
comb that stuff.
Right, they doing feeling that little weak.
But like I said, it's an alternative to anything. You know, like I commend you for that line. For that line that you got going on, and
thank you.
That business, that movement,
right?
And keep it up. I mean, because like I said, I've been knowing a lot of people are getting them. Now I didn't know them about the sister lock thing. I just knew they was just locks. And I've been seeing a lot of women wearing them now. Because like you said, it cuts out a lot of expense. Yeah, you're gonna pay this money up front to get them done, but then like you said, you ain't got to do that. Chemicals you got to buy, those constant every month going to the hairdresser and flat, with your flat iron or whatever y'all be doing.
Burning your hair.
That's
that
it.
permanent. What's called that stuff? That permanent stuff.
You walk in and then on another day and be like, what is that burning?
Smell it.
I mean, at the end of the day, just say. At the end of the day, if that's something they're doing, they're actually saving. You're
saving. And like I said, you come in every 6 weeks, usually to get it freshly done.
That's what I'm just going to ask. What is the maintenance on it? How do you wash it?
Oh, wow. The maintenance on it is nothing. You come in every 6 weeks. I say every 6 weeks because that's a fresh retighten.
Okay.
So you come in and you pay your little fee, and there's nothing compared to how much you got to pay for, to get a regular hairdo.
Okay.
Because you ain't got to buy that weave and everything else, so it's nothing compared to that as far as the price wise, especially here in Florida. Now, if you go to Atlanta, you're going to pay, a whole lot more. Upstate New Jersey, you're paying a whole lot more, so all those things are different. And as far as you're washing your hair, we're not using any oils. We're not using any grease.
Okay.
So you're not going to have that smell that you normally have with your hair grease and you sweaty or however.
Okay.
But usually you wash your hair. If you feel like it, you wash it 2 weeks. If you don't feel like it and my hair is still clean. My scalps are still fresh. You can go a whole month without washing your hair. So it's basically up to you. And you're using, I sell the Sister Lock products.
So do you let it air dry or do you blow dry it?
You let it air dry.
Air dry.
By the time you get finished, you wrap it up with like microfiber. You don't dry it with a regular towel or whatever. Microfiber, t-shirt, black t-shirt. You dry your hair, and by the time you're ready to get outside and go, whatever, it's dry. It's done.
Okay.
It's not dripping. So you don't have to worry about it dripping on your shirt or anything. You still can get ready to be beautified. And say, for instance, you jump in the shower.
Wow.
When you get out that shower, you looking beautiful again.
All right.
Jump on board.
All right, guys.
But that's good though, because it's like, it's like when you change from normal, then you're doing something doing an alternative. You have to learn in that vein.
Right.
Yeah.
Like she said, the way you dry your hair, the certain stuff you can do, but you have I didn't catch your name.
Carmen.
Because I'm thinking Cat Carmen. I ain't know
it's Catherine Carmen.
But you have a resource in Carmen to say that, okay, now you don't spend the money to get these things.
Right.
Okay, spend the fee. So now it is the money to get them done. It's different than the money to get them.
It's totally different. Totally different.
Okay.
It won't be as much nowhere. So just saying $100 every 6 weeks. It's $100. Some are more than that. Some people charge a little bit more than that. So it just depends on if you come and get in that chair in 6 weeks. I don't have a lot to work with because we're trying to keep your grids together.
Right.
So if you wait 9 weeks, 10 weeks, or whatever, you finna start paying again.
Okay.
So you don't want to do things.
So
like that.
this has been a very interesting conversation.
It's been enlightening.
Yeah. So what are grids? Because somebody out there that's may want sister locks. What are grids?
Grids are the lines that you have that's within your sister locks.
Okay.
If you wanted to actually make a ponytail and you wanted to go straight up and down as far as across or whatever, stick your fingers, it's a fine line. You should be able to find your line everywhere in your head.
Okay.
And it's a line going up and down.
Okay.
So if you wanted to do braids going all the way back to the back, cornrows to get your wig to put on, that line should line up going all the way back. So you're not going to be like dreads. Most dreads, you have lines everywhere.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. But with the sister locks, you got to have some type of grid.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's why it takes so long, because we're working our fingers and the combs going, making sure we getting those fine lines, and those little blocks. We getting those sections in there. So it's a lot of awesome ladies out here. It's not many that's in Florida, in Pensacola rather, but it's, some other ladies out here that do the sister locks. So like I said, just reach out because everybody's blessing is for them. You know what I'm saying? So whoever you go to, just make sure that they know about that grid, make sure they friendly, because a lot of people don't have that business ethics. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So you got to look for that. you know,
and I, like I said, a lot of my friends have sister locks now, and they're full, they're beautiful. And you know, I have one friend, this has been some years, and her hair is gorgeous.
Wow.
It's
it
like,
grows fast.
oh my God, it's just like
So it stimulates
here.
growth too. Then, huh?
Yes, it
Yeah,
grows fast
okay.
because with your regular hair, we're supposed to lose hair every day.
Mhm.
With your regular hair, when you combing, you're gonna lose hair
Oh,
every
yeah.
day. That's
Right.
a norm,
Look
right?
at the brush.
Right. Look at the brush.
Right.
So with the sister locks, what it's doing is catching your hair before it actually falls to the ground or
Wow.
falls in the brush.
Okay.
So it makes it seems as if your hair is just growing, which it is growing, but we're saving all that hair. So we're not having this hair to come out on the comb and everything.
Right.
So ever since that, just imagine if we would have started when we was teens or whatever in school,
Oh wow.
long, you know.
Right. Right.
So just like
Wow.
Dr. Cornwell, hers was down to her knees.
Mhm.
You know, things like that. It's amazing that we thinking that we can't get hair, that we can't grow hair.
Mhm.
Yeah, you don't cut it, and
Right.
you know, like Jarvis,
Yeah.
like I say, Jarvis is all the way down past this,
Yeah.
and he's 6'3". So
See?
I mean, he's
So it's
real
long.
And I think, you know, even with my hair, guys, and we're gonna end this conversation because we are well over time this morning.
We sure
Ah.
are.
Good conversation.
but great conversation. But you know, even with my hair, I don't put a lot of grease on my hair, a lot of oil because of my skin. But sometimes I do because sometimes my scalp gets very dehydrated. So I have to, it just sucks it up. Like, but I see when I don't put all that oil on it, my hair just grows.
Yes.
It just
Because
grows.
your pores are not locked.
Right.
Yeah,
So
not
it's
stuck.
like, you know, golly, you know, girl, you got a lot of hair on your head. You know what I'm saying? But that's because a lot of times now I don't put a lot of grease or a lot of oils on it. And I may put it like if I do a ponytail or something, just
To
the top
slick it down or
part,
whatever.
to make
Yeah,
it so it
yeah.
don't look as dry. But other than that, it takes a lot as a Black woman to keep your hair up. So
Yes. So you already at the second stage. You might as well go ahead. Look, right, tell her,
Yeah, she
right?
got that cap
You
on.
already there.
Take that cap off. And just let it go.
So thank you, Carmen, for coming
Thank
in
you guys.
and
Thank
talking
you.
about your event. That's going
Well, tell us how we
tomorrow,
can get in,
right?
how they can get in contact with you, as far as
Yeah.
the people out on YouTube and my many fans on my page.
Yes.
That
Okay.
where they can get in contact with you. And
Well, I'm on Facebook. Facebook is
Y'all
actually
listen.
Locked In Sisters.
Okay.
I have a site there where you can go in and you can contact me at any time. Also, I have my Locked In Sister number, which is the 850-485-2660. And then again, I'm also up under Catherine Carmen Jones.
I tell
You know,
that
so
government name,
yeah, that's
man.
that government
They
name.
don't
I
want
got
that
to get
government
paid.
name.
You know what I'm saying? From the state, right?
Where's Carmen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm all different directions as far as on Facebook. I'm not as much on Instagram and everything. So just reach out to me, give me a call, or either Facebook me, and I'll get back with you. You know.
All right.
So with any questions, even if you just debating on whether you want to do it, you know, just reach out. I don't mind giving that information.
All right.
You know?
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah,
Y'all get
all
with her
right.
now. Y'all get with it. Y'all want to change, come out them caps.
Yes.
some locks.
Yes. Get some locks. Some
Everybody
sister
in
locks.
Curtis saying everybody in a cap.
If you want to wear, it's a bunch of caps around town. Don't even think about it.
it.
Good weed come by, be a bunch of bald
But I
headed
tell
ones.
you
out
what,
there.
some of them caps is natural hair. Okay?
Some of them
Yeah.
caps are high dollar
Anyway,
too.
sure is.
See, look.
Them boys high dollar. They can spend that,
She
Carmen,
going
they
after
can
my
spend
sure
that money and get
is.
them locks.
They
Yeah.
can get
You know
them
what I'm
locks.
saying?
That's right.
Look,
Look,
my
$100
cap,
she's shaking
weed.
now.
my cap don't come off. Look, I look.
Listen,
Let me
you
tell you
got
something. Uncle Curtis be talking about them wigs coming out. I don't want to be somewhere in the wind. Take this cap off. Okay.
Oh, that happened.
It-
That happened. to us.
It has to be sewed on and glued on.
Wow.
it ain't coming off.
Yeah, that's wrong. That sounds like that's wrong.
No, it ain't. It's like, if you like my regular hair, they already know.
I paid for it.
I go sit in the chair and
That's the
my,
excuse. It's mine. I
I
paid
paid
go sit
for
in
it.
for
the chair and my installer already knows. She be
All
like,
right.
I'm just gonna glue it. No, baby,
No,
you sewing that on. And
take
you gonna
extra
glue it on.
measurements.
And if
Look.
I'm finna pay $300 for this or
See?
$400,
Yeah.
guess what? It ain't
It's
coming
time.
out.
It's time. Look, see how much she said she paid. It's
It
time.
ain't coming out.
You halfway there.
$300.
You halfway there. Yeah. Yes.
So, guys,
Awesome
tonight,
you.
just want to remind you before we leave, the God of Miracles.
Yes.
Live on stage. I cannot wait. It's going to be in downtown Fort Walton Beach Civic Auditorium in Fort Walton Beach. So, tonight doors will open at 5:30. $25 in advance. Myself and Uncle Curtis will be on the house. Stage. We're gonna be hosting the first part of God of Miracles, and then we're gonna be sitting down watching God of Miracles like the rest of you.
That's
so
right.
If you haven't got your tickets, go get your ticket. Well, you're gonna have to pay at the door today. So
just come and see me. It don't matter.
The door.
Just come and see me. It don't matter.
So also, it's going to be also April the 10th.
Yeah,
the show will start at 6:30 p.m. I will also still be in the house on Sunday. So we are going to have a wonderful, wonderful time with the God of Miracles, Kingdom Over Castles. And last weekend, we had LA in the building talking about Kingdom Over Castles. And you know what I like about Kingdom Over Castles, again, Uncle Curtis, it's illustrated sermon. So that's one thing. He doesn't call it a play or anything like that. He said these are illustrated sermons. Now, the last one we went to go see, Deception.
Wow.
That was amazing.
Wow.
Amazing. So God of Miracles, I cannot wait, because as we were talking on last Friday, I was telling him, this is the time that we're living in. Mm-hmm. We need miracles.
Yes.
We need signs and wonders. Mm-hmm. We need miracles right now because of what we're going through in our personal lives, what we're going through in our communities, what we're going through in our country right now.
Right now.
So there's a lot going on, and some people are trying to reach for something to say, God, I need a miracle. Mm-hmm. So
and then they're not really doing it the traditional way. They're not going to send up in ministry nowhere. They're not reading the Bible. They just wanting somebody to come by
to give them that
need help.
And this particular medium, I guess you can call it medium, is good for those people because it's an illustrated sermon and it's acting out what you may be going through. Because when we saw Deception, it was like, oh, that happens like that for real.
I found myself in it.
Is that devil that's running around? And then, but it makes you to think. And if you're any kind of person that cares about your soul and cares about your spirit being all jacked up, you'll go back and want to study more and find out where he get that from and how you can protect yourself.
Wow.
Neology. That's all it's about. Neology. Believing and following.
Get on your knees.
Don't get so I gotta go somewhere else. I gotta go to work.
All right, guys. We are getting ready to get out of here. We have had a wonderful day.
Yes, good time.
Hope to see you guys on next Friday, same time, same place.
Peace.
Right here on the Get Up Morning Show on RWR Live 365. We going, but you can keep listening to some music right here all day 24/7. I got No Limit coming up. All right, Jeezy, don't go nowhere. All right, guys, we will see you guys really soon. Bye bye.
Gotta go.